Okay, so if anyone's watching, I'm just waiting for people to comment. Sometimes it takes a while for people to connect, so I'll explain what I'm doing while I'm waiting for comments. So basically today, no exercise today, it's a rest day. So for those that have been following my workouts, I'm not just a personal trainer. Hi Linda, how are you doing? Is it sunny in Hull? So I'm not just a personal trainer, I'm also a nutritionist. I've been in this business for about 20 years now. I was lecturer for over 4 years. I taught for the University of Hull, Leeds Beckett. I lectured in nutrition. Hi Katie, nice to see you. So I've lectured in nutrition, I run my own business as a nutritionist, personal trainer. I've been doing this for a long time. Alright, I help people one-on-one, I teach group classes. Mainly the focus is on nutrition. Hi Lester. Nutrition and exercise, because the two combined together equal the best results. Okay. Sometimes the one thing that people struggle with the most is nutrition. Okay, it's so easy to go to the gym, do lots of exercise, and then think you can eat what you want, and that's where people go wrong. So I generally have the most success with people who I just work with on their nutrition. Okay, I've helped people with type 2 diabetes, reverse their diabetes, people with high blood pressure, people with high cholesterol, people with all sorts of immune system problems. Okay, and all it takes is little twitches and our diet and our nutrition. Hi Charlie, to make a difference. So often the first thing we need to focus on is our diet. Okay, not dieting. Anyone who knows me or has worked with me knows that I do not believe in dieting. Okay, specifically yo-yo dieting and crash dieting. Alright, they are bad for our health, they are bad for our physical health, they are bad for our mental health. Okay, we should focus on our health as a full-time basis, not just as a 6-week plan or an 8-week plan or a 3-week plan or reducing calories or cutting out food groups. Okay, we deserve full-time attention on our health and well-being. And yes, we should still eat chocolate now and then if we want to. We should still eat cake if we want to. Okay, but if we follow the 80-20 rule, which is in my book, I'm sure I'll get to at some point, 80% of the time if we look after ourselves by putting good nutritious food in our bodies, exercising, but in a balanced way, okay? If you go to the gym and do 3 classes in one time, that's not good for us. You should do 1 session and be absolutely cream crackered. Okay, so you put all your energy into 1 class, okay? 3 to 4 times a week exercise is absolutely perfect. Hi Roxanne, hi Kate. Okay, balance, whether it's exercise or it's nutrition, is best for our health. It's like anything, coffee. If we have 1 coffee a day, it's generally good for us. If we have 3 coffees a day, it's generally bad for us. It's the same with exercise, and it's the same with nutrition. Okay, I could talk about this all day. I'm here to answer your questions. Okay, so when a question comes in, I'll answer it, but I can keep waffling. Hi Laura. So yeah, everything is about balance, okay? With dieting, it's dangerous. We can become obsessed, we can get eating disorders, okay? Often we diet too much and we get the yo-yo effect where we lose weight, put weight on, lose weight, put weight on, and often we become good at gaining fat, or we become getting obsessions in our head and we get an eating disorder, okay? I've lectured on this. It's dangerous for us. I love food. Anyone who is watching who knows me, any of my friends and family know that I love to eat food, and they say, how do you eat so much? Okay, because I enjoy it and I have balance. Okay, I eat good food most of the time and I let go maybe at the weekends, sometimes on the evenings. Okay, but I put good food in. Roxanne, I do Pilates followed by stretch. Is that too much? No, because that's a nice gentle exercise. I'm talking about the people who do like body combat. What's the other one with the weights? I can't remember what it's called, but you know the one with the weights. What's my favourite meal? I'll come back to you, Charlie. Okay, I'm still on Roxanne. Okay. Oh, body pump, that's it. So I know people that do 3 extreme classes, okay, and then hardly eat anything. Alright, that's not good for our bodies. Okay, I'm not one to judge, but in my profession, I recognise exercise as an eating disorder. It's called exercise bulimia. Okay, it's not just food bulimia. That's it, body pump. I got there in the end, thanks Anne. So, it's all about balance. So Pilates followed by stretching is perfectly fine, Roxanne. Does that answer your question? If not, tell me. Let me just go back to the next question. Alright, if that doesn't answer your question, Roxanne, that's fine, because that's a nice gentle exercise and people don't often stretch enough. Okay, so stretching is good, Pilates is good, it's good for our lower back, It's good for our core muscles and it's good for our flexibility, and stretching afterwards is perfect. Right, Linda, I'll come to you next, then I'll come to you, Charlie. Calorie counting. Alright, I know that it helps some people, okay, and if you're struggling to lose weight, you might want to track your calories on something like MyFitnessPal just to see if you're getting enough calories. Some people don't eat enough calories. Okay, sometimes you think, oh, I'm not losing any weight, so you might want to track and see, I'm eating too many calories. Okay, but when I teach classes, okay, so for those that might be in the Shape Up class, you've heard me say I don't encourage calorie counting. I encourage people to listen to their bodies. Okay, and by listening to their bodies, I mean, when you're hungry, eat. When you're full, stop eating. When you're thirsty, drink. Okay, some people are so out of tune with their body's needs that they forget what's good. Some people go, oh, I don't eat all day. Okay, your body has probably given up, saying, stop feeding me, so I've just given up to sending you signals to send me food. Okay, and they'll say, just try having a little bit of breakfast, and then that will kickstart your metabolism. Okay, and then you might feel hungry again. Alright, if my mum is watching, she's the worst one, so I'm sorry for outing you, but she always forgets to have breakfast, and then she's, oh, I had breakfast today and I feel really hungry. That's because she's kick-started her metabolism. Okay, so back to the question on calories. The best thing to do is listen to your body, give it good nutritious food, okay, and it will respond to you. And when you start feeding it again, when you haven't fed it all day, it will kick-start your metabolism, because if you're not putting food into your body, it is going slow. Okay, it is not burning energy, it's slowed right down just to function with all our bodily functions that we do. Okay, and there's no energy left to do anything, you just feel tired all the time. Okay, I'm going off track a little bit now. But does that answer your question a little bit, Linda? Okay, so try listening to your body, try feeding it well, listen to your, I've just put you a hunger thing in the post, the hunger scale. Let me just see if I can find it. Don't go anywhere. Right, so the hunger scale. Some of you may have seen this before. So, in terms of, I'm still on the calorie one. So, ravenous, you've not eaten anything all day, you're absolutely starving, you feel dizzy, you're shaking because your blood sugar's dropped that much. Very hungry, okay, you've not eaten for a few hours and you're really hungry, you need to eat. Hungry, you need to eat, but your blood, you know, your bloods are not dropped yet, but you're ready to eat. And slightly hungry, you've got a few niggles of hunger. Alright, we should eat somewhere in between hungry and slightly hungry. Okay, we go too far past this, a ravenous, our blood sugar has dropped, it's bad for our health, it's bad for our mental health, we'll get mood swings, we'll get headaches, we'll feel irritable. Anyone knows me, I've done it regularly, I get irritable. That generally doesn't happen because I eat regularly. Okay? And we should stop when we're satisfied and full. We do not want to get to Christmas Day feeling, which is like feeling sick because we're that full. Okay? So somewhere between very hungry and satisfied is where you want to be. Okay? If you're listening to your body and doing this, and you're still not losing weight, or whatever it is you're trying to do, then maybe track your calories on MyFitnessPal. Okay? Hope that answers your question, Linda. Charlie, what is your absolute favourite meal? Probably garlic prawns. I love all food, you know me. I just love food. I love cooking. I love flavour. I'm always eating. So, but if I had to pick one meal, probably garlic prawns, and that's cooked in butter. So if you want to ask me about fats, I eat a lot of good fats. I don't eat too much butter, but garlic prawns, yeah, they're probably right my top choice, but I love all food. Okay, I hope these questions are still coming through. I'll just log on to my computer. Any other questions? Have I missed anything? Oh, there's more. Hi, Paul. Any more questions? I'm not sure if my internet is working. Let's shut that down. Gross butter. Yeah, it's nice in olive oil too, but it's a natural product. Okay, Linda. Does fruit after a meal lay in your stomach and ferment? Yeah, I do love to eat. Okay, it's my metabolism, it works fast. But I've been doing so much exercise. I'll come back to your question in a minute, Linda. I've been doing so much exercise lately because I've been teaching it online, probably more than I've done in a long time. So I've been training every single day since we went into lockdown, probably before then. So about 6 weeks constantly. And my metabolism is through the roof. And I'm hungry all the time. So I'm, like I said to you earlier, I'm listening to my body. Okay, it's telling me it needs food. I've got muscle growth going on. And when we've got muscles, all right, we grow stores in these muscles for energy. So they're saying, fill me up. And your muscles are saying, maintain me. Okay, so we are just burning calories and we're building muscle and our metabolism is going through the roof. And the more we eat, the more we're burning, we're putting wood on the fire. Okay, so that's probably why I'm hungry all the time. Okay, but I listen to my body, and because my appetite is bigger than normal, okay, I'm eating more than normal. All right, I'm not gaining any weight because I'm listening to my body. Okay, and if I've got any concerns about my nutrition, I sometimes track it on MyFitnessPal. Okay, because it's important to get as much nutrition as possible. Right, I went off on a tangent then. Okay, Linda, I'll come back to you. Does fruit after a meal lay in your stomach and ferment? Fruit, as you probably know, is got the sugar fructose in, so that's a type of sugar. Okay, but fruit has also got fibre in, it's got nutrients in, you know, it's got antioxidants in, depending on what fruit you eat. After a meal, I wouldn't say it ferments. I'd say if you're already full, it can turn into fat, because like any sugar, when we have sugar when we're already full, whether it's fruit or whether it's chocolate, obviously fruit's the healthier choice, okay, because it breaks down and does different things. Chocolate is just literally sugar. After a meal, when we are full and we have some form of sugar, and fruit does count as that, okay, it goes through the liver, all right, and it says, my stores are already full, I've got nowhere to send you, I'll turn you into extra energy for later, and it turns into fat. Okay, so if you're already full and you have some form of sugar after a meal, whether it's pudding, whether it's fruit, whether it's chocolate, whatever it is, okay, it will turn into fat, unless your stores are still empty, okay? If you're still hungry, if you're not eating enough, all right, then it'll go into your stores, okay? So, as I said earlier, if I'm confusing you, just ask, just say something, all right? For muscles that we're building, so we might be getting bigger biceps, bigger triceps, we might be building our quads up, especially with all these squat challenges that have been going on. All right, each muscle that we build develops glycogen stores, okay? And this is what the energy is produced. So say we're doing lots of squats, our quads, all right, the energy stores in them will burn out, okay? And then maybe an hour afterwards, you'll think, oh, I'm starving. These stores are empty and they want refilling. So if you've done a lot of exercise, you've had a meal, okay, and then you still feel a bit hungry, and you have a bit of fruit, okay, it's not going to hurt you. But if you're like, oh, I'm really full, but I really crave some sugar, this is when the damage happens. All right, but if I'm going to recommend anything after a meal, fruit's your healthiest choice. Okay, does that answer your question? Come back to me if I've not made any sense, or if that does make sense. Hope that makes sense. All right, any more questions? What is the best way to get rid of lower belly fat? All right, if anyone's put any other questions, sometimes there's a delay. I'm trying to get on my Facebook on my computer, because I can probably see that better. So forgive me if I'm not answering all your questions, but I'm trying to access all of them. Right. Unfortunately, Charlie, we can't target specific areas of our body to burn fat. When we burn fat, it will go from whichever part of the body it wants to. So we will generally just burn fat from all over our body. We can't specifically target lower belly fat, unfortunately. But what we can do is, when we burn fat through exercise, not eating as much, you know, the sort of things that speed up the metabolism, things that make us burn fat, that's the sort of thing that's going to help target fat, but we can't specifically target areas of fat. Does that make sense? So my advice to you, if I can get the metabolism thing out of my book in front of me, is, so in order to burn fat, all right, we need to build muscle, because that speeds up our metabolism at the rate at which we burn calories. Okay, we need to increase our basic metabolic rate, okay, and that includes eating regularly, eating lots of protein, eating nutritious food, vegetables, things high in antioxidants, okay, because you will naturally burn fat. Your body will start to listen to you, Okay, you'll naturally burn more calories. Okay, and then the body fat that we're not using will get burnt off. Alright, so you might have seen me have a coffee before I start a workout. That increases our metabolism. Alright, the rate at which we burn calories. Exercise increases our metabolism. So a coffee before a workout, boom, it's on fire, we're burning calories. Okay, resistance training, it builds muscle. It burns calories, not just during the workout, but after the workout. If you saw the workout yesterday, you'll have seen me waffle on about resistance training, how good it is for our muscles, our mental health, our physical health, but also burning calories. It speeds up. Okay? So exercise. A coffee before a workout is perfect. We don't want too much coffee because it makes us go, well, it does me anyway. Other things that help. Being hot and cold. So basically, if you're really hot, have a cold shower. That can help your metabolism. But the biggest factor, if I'm going to say anything that increases your metabolism, is lean body mass and eating regularly. Alright? And increasing your protein. Because protein keeps us fuller for longer. It's the same calories as carbohydrates. Ask me a question on this if I'm confusing you. But gram for gram, a carbohydrate, vegetables, potatoes, whole grains, rice, they're carbohydrates. And protein, so meat, fish, eggs, beans, pulses, legumes, nuts, that kind of thing. Gram for gram are 4 calories each. But what happens when we have carbohydrates? So a bowl of pasta goes into the top stomach, gets burnt off quite quickly, gives us energy. When we have protein, it goes through to the lower stomach. Alright, Rob?
Yeah.
It goes through to the lower stomach and it takes longer to digest. Thank you. So I can see the questions. So, protein, fat does the same thing, but that's higher in calories. I'll come back to that if you want me to. Protein goes into the lower stomach. It makes us full because it takes longer to digest. So if I can give you one tip today, if you are trying to lose weight, maintain weight, feel fuller for longer, control your blood sugar, more protein. Always more protein. Okay, if you're stuck for protein ideas, okay, it's all in my book. But you've not all got a copy of my book. So, eggs, milk, yoghurt, beef, turkey, fish. If you're vegetarian, lentils, black beans, kidney beans, quinoa, green peas, kale, Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, broccoli, spinach, all green vegetables, nuts, pulses, seeds. Okay, all these things, if we combine them with carbohydrates, slow down our blood sugar, keep us full for longer. Okay, does that make sense? Stop me if I'm waffling too much. Or ask me a question and say, what does that mean? Does that answer your question on lower belly fat, Charlie? So simply, you can't target specific areas of fat in your body and burn them. Your body will burn fat as a whole, okay? But you can do things like build lean muscle, okay? You can eat more protein and you can eat regularly to increase your metabolism. Hope that answers your question. Roxanne, alcohol. Alcohol, empty calories, I'm afraid, okay? It's and it also increases our appetite and generally makes you eat more sugar because it drops your blood sugar. Is there a specific question you want me to answer about? It's my pleasure, Charlie. A specific question about alcohol. Generally, you know, it's all right now and then, just like having some chocolate, just like having some cake. It's all about balance, okay? But alcohol, having a lot of alcohol is not generally good for our mood. It can mess with our blood sugar. And it's empty calories. So empty calories means it's not going to fill you up, okay, but it's calories. No, thank you. So if you know what I mean by empty calories, if you'd ever seen me do the session on the Kit Kat and the banana, okay, this is what I mean by empty calories. So you've got a chocolate bar, about 110 calories. You have a banana, about 110 calories. Okay, one of them is full of fibre and nutrients, so it'll give you a bit of energy. Okay, the other one is just chocolate, and it will just go straight through you. If you're already full, it will turn to fat. Okay, it's empty calories, it's sugar that is not doing you any favours. Whereas the sugar in a banana, it's got your fibre, it's got your vitamins, it's got your potassium. It's good calories. Does that make sense? So a glass of wine now and then is not going to hurt you. Okay, it all depends on what you're drinking and what you're drinking it with. Okay, and most people who enjoy a drink might like the nuts with the alcohol, so it's not always the alcohol that does the damage, it might be what you have with the alcohol. So if you have a gin and tonic, you might like some nuts or some crisps with it, because habits are connected to other habits. You think, oh, if I'm having a drink, I need to have some crisps or some nuts with it. Does that make sense? Hope so. So in simple terms, alcohol is empty calories, depending on which alcohol you're having. Obviously, wine and beer are one of the highest in calories. Spirits are the lowest in calories, but often we mix spirits with things like Coke, which are empty calories. So it all depends on what you're drinking and what you associate your alcohol with. But like anything, it's all about balance, and alcohol, a glass of wine now and then, is not going to hurt you. Let me know if that answers your question. Alright. Gwen, when you talk about eating regularly, is it better to eat small meals, for example, opposed to 3? Yeah, it's everybody's different. Okay, you've got to learn to listen to yourself. So if you're doing a lot of exercise, I mean, lately I've probably been having maybe 4, sometimes I'll have like depending on when I exercise. If I'm exercising in the morning, I'll have a small breakfast, and then I'll have a decent lunch, and then I'll probably have something like some hummus on some Ryvitas about 4 o'clock, and then I'll probably have my tea about 6, half 6. So I'm eating regularly and I'm listening to my body. So it all depends on you and how you work. What I say is, if you're hungry, you know, listen to your body. It is recommended to eat small and regularly. Again, it depends on you, how your digestive system works. Because if you suffer with digestive problems, eating small regular meals is good for our digestion. Sometimes we can have a big meal and it'll sit really heavy on our stomach. Okay, and that's when it affects our digestive system, when we eat too much in one go. Does that answer your question, Gwen? So it's all about you and how you work and how you function, and listening to what you need. Okay, it's all trial and error. But generally, when I'm training a lot, I probably eat about 4 times a day. But that's because I'm exercising a lot. Whereas when I'm not, I'll probably just eat 3 times a day. And I might have little snacks in between. So it's all about you and what you eat and your portion size and how you function. Alright, if you want any more clarification on that, just ask. Lisa Allen. What healthy foods can I eat to stop my sugar craving? Protein. Oh, I love talking about protein. Okay. I'm going to read you a passage on protein. I'll answer your question in a minute, Charlie. So, this might not be completely related to your question, okay, but sugar cravings happen when we eat a lot of sugar. So I'll have something like sugary cereals for breakfast, okay? If you want to ask me a separate question on that, I do not touch sugary cereals. Ask me about that if you want to. Whole grains, eggs, wholemeal toast, that's fine. But I won't go on about sugary cereals. But for example, if you have sugary cereals for breakfast, they will get burnt in your body like that. It's like putting sawdust on a fire. And then, after a couple of hours, your blood sugars have gone, alright? And the quickest energy source our body can get is sugar. So it's craving sugar, and it's like, give me some sugar. And I'm cranky and I need sugar, okay? So that's the craving, because your blood sugar has gone, alright? To stop that, you need protein, okay? Protein stabilises our blood sugar. So anyone who's ever worked with me one-to-one or in a group setting, I've said to you, have a high protein breakfast, or put some protein in your breakfast, because it will stabilise your blood sugar and it will stop your blood sugar going. Because when we combine protein, so eggs for example, with carbohydrates, wholemeal toast for example, you are combining protein and carbohydrates, and the two combine, alright, and you get the energy from the whole grains, okay? The protein slows down the release of the sugar in the carbs, and then that bit goes into the lower stomach, which stops our blood sugar going, alright, it's stable. And then our appetite becomes stable, and we stop getting the cravings. Okay, if you eat a lot of sugar, it takes time because you obviously crave it, you've got used to it. But trust me on the protein, alright? Our bodies are made of protein, they need protein. Okay, it's good for our appetite. I'm going off on a tangent because I could talk about protein all day. And most people I've worked with start off deficient in it, but anybody who I've worked with who is watching this, I've told you to eat more protein. And they come back to me and go, oh, I feel better, I've got more energy, I'm not craving sugar. Alright, I've got like new batteries put in my system, because we're working with nutrients that makes us function well. But we've gone from putting cheap 1-star fuel into our systems, and all of a sudden we're on 5-star fuel, and we've got more energy, and we're feeling good, and our appetite's nice and stable. Does that make sense? Okay, let me know that that's made sense, Lisa. Charlie. I'm glad that helped, Gwen. If I want to eat cake, when is the best time to do so? Right, anyone who saw the workout last week, it might have been Tabata, which is one of the toughest workouts of the week. Alright, I put a little post of me eating some chocolate cake on there. Okay, because if I'm going to tell you a time to eat cake, if you've been watching this from the beginning, you'll have heard me say our glycogen stores, which are on our muscles, which give us energy. We have them all around our bodies, and the more muscle we have, the more stores we have. Okay, after exercise, so for example when I was talking about the quads, we did lots of squats, we burnt all the energy out of our legs. Okay, our stores are empty. Okay, so you can go and put that cake in your mouth, right? It won't even touch the sides. Okay, and it's all that sugar from that cake has gone straight into these stores, our glycogen stores in our legs. Okay, you'll probably be like starving afterwards, and your blood sugar might go, all right, but it won't touch the sides. Okay, so if I'm going to say, when is the best time to eat cake? It is after a workout. Okay, or when it's your birthday, because that's a good time to eat cake too. Does that answer your question, Charlie? Good. I'm glad that helped, Lisa. Hey up, Lee. How are you doing? Feel free to comment, Lee. Lee's a fellow dietitian and nutritionist. Hi, Anthony. Was it Anthony? Give you a little wave. Apologies if the questions aren't coming through straight away. There's a bit of a minute delay. So, any more questions? Just make sure I've not missed any. It takes about a minute for it to come through. So, if anyone's got any other questions, just ask. Just get a quick drink. I've been waffling. So remember anything, whether it's to do with nutrition, whether it's to do with exercise, the type of training, okay, mental health. While I'm waiting for questions to come through, you doing all right, Lee? Okay, this is the book that I give out when I do my 8-week course, and also I give out on a one-to-one basis. I wish you'd said I could eat it all the time. Well, if you're doing training every day, Charlie, you can have cake every day. Yeah, but you're a wealth of knowledge, Lee. You're doing well. If anyone's got any questions on the ketogenic diet, Lee's your man. Right, so this is a book, just while I'm waiting for any more questions to come through, that pretty much, you know, everything that's in my head is down on here. From nutrition to macronutrients, that's, you know, the different food groups, from like what fats are good, because fats are good. What foods we should avoid, exercise, what's good for our mental health, changing habits. Okay, if anybody's interested, just ask me about this, just send me a message. How much cardio resistance training should I do? If you'd watched the video, did you watch yesterday? You did, you saw me talking about resistance training. So resistance training, I'll let you answer that, Lee. I think they'll come in one. No questions then, 4 at once. Okay, I'll start with you, Charlie, and then I'll move on. Okay, but Lee, feel free to answer Roxanne's question, because you've been doing the keto diet for a long time, and that's based on my advice. Charlie, resistance training. Oh, getting hot now. Right, so this is exercise that works our muscles. So for example, resistance training is when we lift weights, so some kind of resistance, whether it's bands, whether it's tins of beans, whether it's, you know, whatever the weight is, you're putting some resistance in place and you're working a muscle group. Okay, if you're working that muscle group hard, your muscles will repair and they will get stronger. Okay, so that will give you bigger muscles, stronger muscles. Okay, it doesn't mean you're going to get bulky, but it means you're working your muscles, okay, which creates more stores for more energy and increases your metabolism. Okay, which is good for your health. So that's resistance training. Now cardio, that's stuff like, this is aerobic training, so running, cycling, Anything that works the heart and lungs but is not stressing the muscles out in any way. There'll still be some resistance in things like cycling. When you're going uphill, you're really building the leg muscles up, so you're getting some form of resistance training. So a simple one would be walking. You're working your heart and lungs, but you're not really working any particular muscle groups. So back to the question, how much should you be doing? So back to resistance training. Doing resistance training, you're working your heart and lungs because you're generally getting out of breath. Yesterday's session was a resistance training session. We got out of breath, we got a sweat on. Okay, I would always recommend HIIT training, resistance training, circuit training, a little bit of everything over just doing cardio. Because I've worked with many clients who have just done cardio and they said, why have I still got pockets of fat? Because you are burning, not just fat stores, you are burning your muscle off. Because you are not putting enough of what your body needs to maintain and build muscle. Okay? So for example, you're going for a long run, you've burned 1,000, 2,000 calories. Okay, our quickest source of energy is fat, and our body will hold on to it because you're not giving it enough nutrition. Okay, I might be going off on a tangent, and so stop me if you need to. So basically, I know you've said how much should you be doing. I'd say 3 to 4 times a week. Okay, but resistance training, mixture of resistance training, cardio, HIIT training, circuit training, you're working all different muscle groups, you're working your heart and lungs. But for those that tend to do lots of cardio and are saying, why am I not getting a toned look? Why have I still got pockets of fat? Because you need to build the muscle and you need to maintain the muscle. Okay, so you need to eat properly and build the muscle. There is no point in building this muscle and putting all this work into it by not having enough calories, because you will burn that muscle off as energy and the body will just replace that with fat. So you get little pockets of fat around the body, which the body's thinking, I need that because you're not putting the right sort of energy into me. Does that make sense? Has that answered your question, Charlie, or have I just gone off on a tangent? Which I tend to do. So, training 3 to 4 times a week is plenty. Okay, again, in terms like nutrition, listen to your body. Okay, but I cannot recommend resistance training, circuit training, HIIT training enough. Short bursts of hard work. Okay, it's the best sort for our bodies. We do not need to slog away on a treadmill, on a cross trainer, for hours on end. Okay, it's not going to do us any favours in the long run. Does that answer your question? Let me know if it doesn't. Okay. Gwen, what would be a good example of breakfast, for example, on a workout day? Would it be different to a rest day? In terms of what I do, it would. So if I'm doing a workout at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'll probably have something like a banana with some nuts, or I'll have a bowl of porridge, something that's quick release, and then I'll have a good high protein mixed with carbohydrates lunch. So something like, for example, this is something I eat, tuna and cottage cheese omelette, high in protein, put some tomato, some avocado on there to get some healthy carbs in. Okay, but if I'm not training the next day, I'll wait till I'm hungry, so it might be like 10 o'clock in the morning, but if I'm hungry at 9 o'clock, I'll have a good high protein breakfast. So poached eggs on toast, for example. Sometimes I'll have like mackerel, poached eggs, I'll put some fruit in there, I'll put some asparagus in there, lots of nutrition. Does that make sense? Again, it's listening to your body, but before exercise, simple carbs are best, so porridge. Like I said, I have a banana and some nuts, but I'll wait an hour because I know it's going to be worked off quickly, but then I'm ready to eat something, of good nutrition afterwards. Does that answer your question, Gwen? Let me know if it doesn't. If I have half an avocado, how can you keep the other from going brown? Put some lemon or lime on it and wrap it up. Okay? The acid in it stops it going brown. So just a squeeze of lemon juice or lime juice, wrap it up in some foil or some cling film and it'll stop it going brown. Okay, I'll just see. Yeah, you've replied. Any advice for a nurse working shifts? How to be consistent with food and how to get motivation for exercise after 3 long days of 13-hour shifts? Well, first of all, can I congratulate you on being on the front line? I take my hat off to you if I had a hat on. Okay, anyone who is still working on the front line, the key workers, the NHS, the care workers, you're doing an awesome job, keep it up. I'd say forward prepping. So for breakfast, for example, overnight oats. Have you had them before? So basically, let's see if I can find the recipe in here for you. You might have had the, anyway, just Google it. But my recipe in here, overnight oats. Okay, it's simply, you just put some oats with some yogurt, so your choice of milk, whether it's almond milk, normal milk. Chuck it in with some nuts, some seeds, some fresh fruit, and it's ready in the morning. You can take it to work with you. Okay, another thing which is simple when you're hungry and need a quick snack to keep you going, and everybody loves these, is my homemade super granola bars. Alright, these are on the page. Alright, I'll try and bring them forward. I'll put another link to them on the Facebook page. They are so easy to make and everybody loves them. So it's quick energy release. It's got nuts and seeds in to slow down the release of the carbs, but it's like a healthy treat with a bit of energy in, and it's really simple to make. So I'll put that recipe at the front of the page when I come off here. But my biggest advice is just forward plan. Make things that are easy, sort of taking to work. So you've got overnight oats for breakfast if you'd eat that. You can make your granola bars, which are a quick, easy snack to have with a coffee when you're on the run. When you make your tea, you know, if you have a chance to make tea, or if your husband makes tea, try and whatever's left, make a meal from. So if you've got like roast chicken, chuck it in a tub with some salad and some nuts and some pesto, some olive oil. You've got a ready-made meal for your lunch there. Okay, try and use the food that you're making your tea with for your lunch, or make something from. Another one that's in the book. If anybody wants this book, just personal message me. Okay, because it's got recipes in and all sorts of things in. Is the, I'll try and find it. Pastry-free quiche. Okay, so this will make a great tea or lunch. Alright? But it also makes a great snack. So you make a massive, it's like a big Spanish omelette. So you can have it for your tea with a salad or whatever you fancy. And then you can chop it up, put it in a tub. You've got a high protein snack to keep you going and keep you full. And, you know, it's not just sugar, it's protein as well. I'm trying to fly through this as quick as possible, and I've got other questions on there. Okay, I'll try and remember to put this on the page as well. Okay, but it's really simple to make. It's full of protein, it'll keep you going for longer. Okay, it's all important. Just try and batch cook as much as possible and use the food that you're making your tea to make for lunch the next day. Does that help answer your question? Okay, if I've not put these recipes on at the top of the page later, remind me and I'll put them on. Okay, hope that helps answer your question, Anne-Marie. But forward planning is key. Okay, Anne. Started running almost a year ago and I've never been a runner. I've recently started using a heart rate monitor and discovered my heart rate is frequently in the red zone for a prolonged period. Do you have any advice, recommendations on this? So you're saying that you're in the peak zone when you're running? I'm saying, I mean, it's not so bad to go to the peak zone, and the more you train, the stronger your heart rate goes. So you might notice when you're wearing this heart rate monitor all the time, your heart rate, your resting heart rate will be lower. Mine has, because I've been doing so much training in the last few weeks. It's probably dropped by about 10 resting, because I'm training so much and my heart's getting stronger, which is a good thing, because we need to keep ourselves fit and healthy in these times. So if it's staying in the peak zone for a long time, maybe you just need to slow down a bit. Maybe do some interval runs. So you're going from high to low, from high to low, from high to low. Okay, does that make sense? Because it's not good for us to have our heart rate so elevated all of the time. Alright? Yeah. So my partner's wandering around like a lost sheep. The joy of live filming. Yeah, so it's not good for us to have it in high zones for a long period of time. But it is good for us to take it up and take it down, take it up and take it down. So do some interval training. So you can use trees. We used to do, oh, brain's gone. The lights outside. I'm having a brain freeze. Lamppost, there it is. So Roxanne, remember this when I used to train her in Hull. I used to do lamppost running, so we'd sprint to a lamppost, walk to a lamppost, sprint to a lamppost, walk to a lamppost. Use cones if you've got a garden. So sprint, walk back, sprint, walk back, okay? Because then you are doing interval training, and interval training is excellent, whether you're doing this on a rowing machine, whether you're doing this on a bike, okay? Just for a few minutes, it is better for you than going for long runs, unless you like running and you enjoy running, that's fine. But in terms of having your heart so elevated for long periods of time, it's not necessarily that good for us. How long are we talking about, Anne? How long is your heart elevated for? Does that answer your question? I can come back to you if it doesn't. Okay. God, it's all helping. I can't actually see the questions till I scroll down, so I think there's more there. Just read what Lee's put. You loved running, Roxanne. Remember how fit you got when you were doing it? I never made you do like lots of running, did I? It was always interval training. Elevate to about 15-20 minutes. I'm trying it. So is that elevated for 15 to 20 minutes continuously? What level are we talking? Like over 180, 200? So my advice to you is try the interval training, okay? Because it gives the heart a chance to recover, but taking it up high makes it stronger, but then giving it a chance to recover, and then taking it high again. Right, it's good for the muscles too. Okay, does that help answer your question now? Glad it's helping. Right. Any more questions about 180? Okay, there's a test you can do. If you could do like, I don't know, sprint for, trying to think, sprint for a minute, maybe that's a bit much. Just go as fast as you can on the spot for a minute. Okay, I'll do a set period where you sprint, and then take your heart rate, see what it gets to, then rest for a minute, just focusing on your breathing, and then see what your heart rate is, just to see how quick your recovery should be. It should be between 50 and 60 beats. She should be going down to about 110, 120 recovery after a minute, and that will show how fit your heart is. Okay, but try the interval training, because it's a better way of training. Okay? I think you should go running again, Roxanne. In terms of the keto diet, I know Lee's answered some of your questions, but if anyone's interested, the keto diet is where you burn fat as a primary fuel, and it's alright if you do it properly, but not everybody gets on with it. But it's all about eating nutritious food. Never. No more lamppost running. Okay, so healthy fats. Some people just cut out all carbohydrates, including vegetables, and vegetables are what keep you healthy. Okay, they're full of fibre, they're full of antioxidants, they're full of nutrients. Okay, but you need to keep them in. So fats. So not everybody can do the keto diet, but if you are going to do it, make sure you carry on eating your vegetables, okay, because you can take the fibre away from the carbs, if that makes any sense, if anybody does that. I tend to just teach about nutrition. Okay, but if you've got a specific question about the keto diet, then just ask. Alright? But in terms of fats, so I won't go into the keto diet unless you ask me a specific question on it. We need fats. So I'll give you a little bit about that while I'm waiting for any more questions. How long have I been going for? I don't even know how long I've been on for. What, 45 minutes? We need fats, alright? Okay, they've got vitamins in and minerals in, they protect our vital organs. Okay, they've got vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, essential for our health. A lot of people avoid these. Oh, thanks, Linda. So, one of my biggest questions I always get asked is about low-fat food. And anyone who knows me knows that I go, don't eat low-fat food, okay? It's, you know, if you've come to one of my group classes, if you've worked with me one-on-one, full fat food is best. Alright, low fat food has often been messed with in some way to make it taste better because of taking out the natural product, which is fat. So if we talk about full fat yogurt, for example. Alright, that has had the goodness taken out of it, the fat taken out of it, and they've replaced it with sugar. Okay, and then the sugar, if you were here earlier, right, is often better at making us fat than fat is. Okay, because sugar goes through the liver, and if we're full, it turns into fat. Okay, does that make sense in simple terms? So we need fats. Okay, and we should eat full fat fats. All right, they're often got more protein in. Okay, and it's just better for our health. All right, if you come to one of my classes, I've brought them in. I'm not getting any on me today, but I've shown the difference between the calories in full fat yogurt and low fat yogurt, and the difference is quite astonishing along with the ingredients. Okay, but if you've got a direct question on that, just ask me, because I tend to go off on tangents. Fats. Okay, anything that's natural, basically. If it's not natural, it's not good for you. If it's from a plant, it's good for you. If it's from an animal, it's good for you. If it's made in a plant, it's not good for you. Okay, good choices. Oily fish. I'll come back to you, Lee. So mackerel, salmon, tuna, full of omega-3, good for our brain. Okay, good for our skin, high in protein, essential. Sardines as well. Nuts, seeds, all natural ones, not the salted, roasted ones cooked in oil, but just in their natural state. So your cashew nuts, your walnuts, your almonds, pine nuts, then you've got pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, all natural, good fats. Avocado. People ask me questions like, is avocado bad for you? It's high in fat. No, it's very good for you. I've never known anyone eat too much avocado and tell me that they're eating too much avocado, they need to give up avocado. Okay, I eat loads of avocado. I love avocado. Avocado is good for us. It's high in essential fats, it's high in fibre, it's high in vitamin C, so it's full of antioxidants, which are good for our stress levels and keeping us healthy. Okay, it's important to focus on antioxidants. Okay, so if you've got a question on your immune system and health and antioxidants, fire away and I will answer that. Lower GI with good fats and natural is better. Won't be as extreme as keto unless you need it for a medical condition. Yep, I agree with you. Okay, some people function better off fats and proteins than they do off carbs, but again, it's about listening to your body. Okay, some people could eat lots of carbs all day and they function perfectly well. I need protein and I need fats, and I eat a lot of healthy fats. Okay, my primary macronutrients are your food groups: proteins, fats, carbohydrates. My primary one is fat. That's just because I eat a lot of avocados, I eat a lot of nuts. Okay, I get all my carbohydrates from vegetables and whole grains like wholemeal bread, wholemeal pasta, rice, and I eat a lot of protein too. So all this stuff keeps me full, and it's just excellent nutrition. Right, any more questions? I'm just going to have a drink. I'm not sure who's still with me. Have I answered everybody's questions all right? We've gone through a lot of questions today. Okay, so while I'm waiting, because I tend to get 4 questions at once, but nothing for a minute. If you do need any quick tips, basically my brain has been downloaded into this book, which I give to my group, okay, and work on an individual basis, and it talks from everything about why we should not diet anymore, no more dieting, okay, why it's so bad for our physical and mental health, okay, and why yo-yo dieting, okay, generally makes us develop eating disorders or makes us better at gaining fat, because we're going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. We keep getting bigger, or we develop obsessions in our brain, which gives an eating disorder. So it's not healthy. Looking after ourselves full time is healthy, or 80% of the time, because we need a bit of balance, don't we? Okay, it's associated with many mental and physical problems. All right, I've never dieted apart from research purposes. I did it for a week, and I had horrible headaches, and yeah, did not function very well. Okay, I've always pretty much eaten what I wanted, but it's all been about balance. Okay, I'm glad it's helped. Glad it's helped you, Charlie. Okay, I talk about balance, why we need balance in our lives. Okay, our metabolism and our metabolic rate. What increases it and what decreases it. I'm just reading this out to you while I'm waiting for any more questions to come through. I'm going to be on here for another 10 minutes if you've got any more questions you'd like to ask me to do with fitness and nutrition or general well-being. Okay, there's a section on mental health. Okay, about making and breaking habits. Okay, because often we get stuck in habits. They take anything from 3 weeks to a month to change. Okay, so if you've eaten chocolate every night all your life, and I say, oh, you should be eating chocolate, you can't just, it's not something you can just give up like that. You've got to change it one step at a time. Okay, and it's about replacing one habit with another habit, if that makes sense. So there's a whole thing on why it's good for our mental health and how to make and break habits. And exercise. Okay, so I have not been to a gym. I can't remember. I don't like gyms. I used to go in my 20s. Okay, but I'm 41 now. I've not probably been to a gym in over 10 years. So I do all my, it's all bodyweight exercises. I use resistance training. So I've got hand weights and I've got kettlebells and resistant bands and all sorts of things because I find circuit training more fun, HIIT training more fun, more interesting, more engaging. Each to their own. Okay. That's when somebody rings you. Exercise is just about moving your body, but what is key right now about exercise is that it boosts your immune system, again in a balanced way. Okay, not overdoing it, like just exercising 3 times a day because that will kill your immune system. Okay, and it will stress you out and you will be fatigued and it will weaken your immune system. So a little bit of exercise is good for you. It's good for your immune system, it keeps us fit, it builds muscle, which increases our metabolism and helps us burn calories just breathing. Okay? We've got a question, because I'm just waffling on while I'm waiting. Just reading about the keto comments. Hi, Mum. Yeah, I agree with you, Lee. I did it in the event I was driving. The one diet that I told you about that I've been on was the Atkins diet, and this was when I was in my 2nd year of university, and I did a whole research project on it. And I was slimmer than I am now. I think I was maybe about 9.5 stone, and I weigh 10 stone now. So not that much difference, but you know, a little bit slimmer than I am. I lost 6 pounds in a week. God, I was moody. You have like 5 grams of carbohydrates a day, and it just like blocked me up completely. I was ratty, I had the most horrible headaches. Okay, and that is no way to be. Alright, food should make you feel better and healthier. It should give you energy. Okay, it should not make you feel like you want to kill people and have the worst headache in the world and stop you going to the toilet for a week. Okay, so for me, scales and weight loss are not the healthiest things in the world, but looking after ourselves and putting good nutrition in and good fuel and listening to how we feel, not just what the scales are saying. So I'm waffling on again, but I'm waiting for the question. Am I 42 now? Did I not say 42? I thought I did. Okay. Maybe I need to eat some more omega-3. It's good for your brain. Thanks for that, Charlie. I only feel 25, really. What was I talking about? Nah, it's gone. I was on a tangent again. Good nutrition. Alright, scales, what the scales say are not always the best indicator. Okay, but how you feel, how your eyes look, how your skin looks, how your hair looks, how your clothes feel, your energy levels, right? That should be the indicator, because often when we start training more, and I've talked about resistance training and putting muscle on, okay, our weight will go up. Alright, I've got these little models here. Fat and muscle, my little models for the day. Alright, we might lose this fat, but we might put this on, so we might get some big biceps, we might build our quad muscles up, we might build our glute muscles up. Alright, muscle is smaller than fat, pound for pound. Okay, so it's less dense. So when we lose this and we put this on, our weight might not change, or our weight might go up. Okay, so if you're relying on them scales to make you happy, but your body is shrinking and getting tighter, it's not a good indicator, is it? So if you're going to do this, take measurements. Alright, if you want to track your weight, that's fine. But if you're wondering why your weight is not changing or it's going up, right, take measurements. Okay, that is the best indicator, because I am putting weight on, alright? But I know that I'm getting slimmer and trimmer and more toned because I'm doing more exercise, but my weight is going up. But that's because I'm putting more muscle on. Okay. That wasn't a question, that was me waffling. Right, so where are we? What's this is for? No comment. So, food should be enjoyed, Linda. Okay? Often our battles is in here. Okay? We should enjoy what we cook and what we eat, and we should enjoy our food, and we need to have balance. Does that make sense? Okay? I've met and worked with so many people who have battled with diets their entire lives. Okay? And it's just not good for us up here, and it's not good for our bodies. So I know it takes a while to break habits, okay, but it can be done. And your book is on your way to, and I promise it will help you. So just try to enjoy food. Listen to your body as much as you can, okay? And if I can give you one nutrition tip, it's eat more protein. And I'm talking proper protein, not protein shakes, all right? It's in all sorts of food. Green vegetables, nuts, pulses, eggs. It's not just meat, okay? A little bit of meat is all right for us, but we don't need to eat a lot of meat to get protein, because protein is in lots of foods, okay? Most of my protein comes from eggs, cottage cheese, yogurt, nuts and seeds, okay? I don't eat a lot of meat, maybe once or twice a week if that, but my protein is sky high at the minute because I'm doing so much training. I'm hardly touching any meat, okay? I have a little bit of fish now and then, but it's mainly coming from vegetarian foods, okay? Because I eat a lot of vegetables, I eat a lot of nuts, I eat a lot of eggs, I eat a lot of cottage cheese, alright? It's all natural products. Casey has just joined me. He's our resident nutrition vegan, is online. How are we doing, Casey? That was a good time to join as I was talking about vegetarian protein, okay? So not just them, pulses, beans, so your baked beans, okay? You've got your chickpeas, you've got your black beans, you've got your lentils, alright? Black beans and lentils are sky high in protein. So when anyone says to me I'm a vegetarian, I'm not getting enough protein, you're wrong, okay? You can get enough protein. If you want to comment on that, Casey, just go ahead. Okay, back to my book. Okay. There was a whole list of vegetarian protein on there. Okay, high source being lentils, 26 grams per 100 grams. Okay, black beans, 21 grams per 100 grams. Kidney beans, 9 grams per 100 grams. Okay, and then we've got all our green vegetables. Okay, it's doable. You don't need to eat a lot of meat. And now and then it won't hurt you. But you can get your protein from vegetarian products. Okay, trust me. Portion control. Small plate, Roxanne? Remember that advice? If you want to add anything about that, Casey, feel free. My advice to you, Roxanne, is try eating 4 regular, sort of smaller meals a day. So have your high protein breakfast, like you normally do. Okay, but try and get some green veg in there. So if you have eggs with asparagus or something like that, with some fruit on the side, so get some antioxidants in, your berries. And then maybe a smaller lunch, and then a couple of hours later have like a small snack. So for example, Ryvitas with hummus and some sliced tomatoes on top. And then a few hours later have your tea. So instead of having bigger portions, have 4 small regular meals that have got lots of nutrition in and lots of protein in. Is that doable? Yep. Okay, I know the delay's happening again. Okay, any more questions? I'll go back to my book while I'm waiting. Okay, so you don't need to go to the gym to exercise, which is a good thing at the minute because we can't use gyms. And I've been doing my online workouts 3 or 4 times a week. If you're looking for more workouts, Morgan's Front Room Fitness, I think that's the right name. Okay, that's run by my brother, who owns a couple of gyms. That's all free for everybody, and he's doing workouts every morning too. There is a whole supply of workouts out there, and nobody's using a gym, and I'm not using a gym, and I am getting fitter and fitter. Okay, I might have hand weights, but when I do my workouts, I'm giving you options. We're filling up rucksacks full of flour and tins of beans and all sorts just to make weight. Okay, we've got water bottles filled up. Okay, and they're like £5 each. It's all doable. Okay, you do not need a gym to get fit. Okay, bodyweight exercises by the way, tomorrow, it's the partner workout, 12 o'clock, and it is all body weight exercises. And I promise it will be brutal. So for those that have done the workouts this week, I thought, oh, yesterday's was a bit easy. Join me tomorrow. You don't need any equipment. Okay, you can do this on your own or with your partner, because I will give alternate ones for people who are living on their own at the minute, or don't want to work out with your partner, because you might not want to. Okay, join me tomorrow and I'll show you some some good fun bodyweight exercises that will make you tired and work these muscles. Okay. Yeah, small plates is always good, Lee, isn't it? But just eating 4 small regular meals might be the way forward. I probably not 4 meals a day, but I have an afternoon snack, because I'm not eating massive portions at the minute because metabolism's working quite fast, so I'm eating more regularly. And I find that when I have a big meal, it just makes me sluggish and tired, and you know, it can affect your digestive system. So it's all about eating regularly in smaller portions, but then portions should be full of good nutrition, healthy proteins, antioxidants, which are your colourful fruit and vegetables, which are essential right now because antioxidants keep your immune system strong. And I have a page on this. I love this little book referring to it. Micronutrients, vitamins and minerals. So, any more questions? Yeah, it is a good way. Oh, it's making me hungry. I told you I've got to be after. Talking about food and it just makes me hungry. Antioxidants. Alright? I call them nature's little soldiers. Okay. So not only do antioxidants boost your immune system, keeping you fighting fit, you've probably heard a lot about our immune system and not about antioxidants, but our immune system. Okay, that's what punches off the baddies, you know, the viruses, the illnesses. You know, when one gets into our system, our immune system recognises it, and so next time it comes in, it punches out again. Okay, so what keeps our immune system strong is exercising regularly, but not too much, good sleep, and eating the right foods. Okay, but antioxidants, which are the foods highest in colour, so all fruits and veg, all fruit and vegetables highest in colour, so I'm talking berries, apples, peppers, anything high in colour, it's got antioxidants in, so that's vitamin A, C and D, keeps your immune system strong, keeps you fighting fit. Okay, it's like putting little soldiers into your body, and when our bodies get stressed and it produces free radicals, they go in, knock them out. Okay, so if you're highly stressed at the minute, highly anxious, highly worried, okay, the exercise will help, but also eating lots of antioxidants, okay? And if your memory's going like mine, because I forgot that I was 42, I'm actually, well, maybe I was just lying and told you I was 41. Blueberries, a concentrated source of antioxidants, really good for our memory. Okay, so when I'm finished, I'm going to go and get some blueberries out of the fridge so I remember how old I am. Or maybe I was just lying, I don't know. So anyway, make sure you eat lots of antioxidants. Not just good for our immune system, good for stress relief, good for any inflammation. So if you've got problems and your body's quite inflamed, it's good at healing. Improves recovery, so if you're exercising a lot, it's important not just to get the protein and carbs, but also lots of fruit and vegetables, so it aids your recovery, keeps you fighting fit, and it repairs cell damage. Okay? What's your question? I'm generally getting hungry talking about food. Yeah, like a side plate, Linda. So if you've got like a big dinner plate, us English people are generally guilty of filling it with as much food as possible. Okay, but then you might have like the smaller plates, which are this big. Okay, psychologically, we might have been brought up by our parents to always finish our plate. I was, a lot of people are. So in our heads, we have to finish our plate. So if you're getting a smaller plate and you're putting, you know, whatever you're having for your dinner on there, put it on, sit down, eat it, and then if you think, oh, I'm still hungry, give it 20 minutes, still hungry, go and get a little bit more. Okay? I'll go and get them, show you as an example. Stay online, I'm still there. Right, so dinner plate, side plate, okay, that's quite a big plate, okay, it's a lot for your stomach to digest in one sitting, and we tend to pile our plates up, okay, if you pile your plate with that, eat it, you feel generally full, then you're not inclined to think, oh, I need to finish my plate, because you finish your plate, okay, and if you've got some left, bag it up in a tub, you got lunch the next day. Does that make sense? Genuinely, I'm hungry. That's all this talking. Any more questions? What time is it? Wow, we've been going for over an hour. Okay, so unless there's any more questions, I'll give it 1 more minute. Okay, and then I'll go offline because I know it takes a minute for it to come through, so it takes a minute for the streaming to come through. While I'm waiting, I'll remind you that we are back online at 12 PM tomorrow for the partner workout. Okay, you doesn't have to be done with your partner, you can do it on your own. You can do it with your whole family. Okay, but we are doing bodyweight exercises tomorrow. Okay, we're doing it a little bit different to we've done the last few weeks. We're doing it as a circuit, so we're doing it for time rather than reps. The last few weeks we've done it as reps. Tomorrow we're doing it as a circuit. Okay, so it's just a little bit different and it's all body weight. Okay, so no equipment is needed tomorrow. Just your bodies. Okay, bring your partner if you want to, bring your kids if you want to. Okay, or just yourself. Because I'll give you, if it's a partner one, I'll give you all 10 exercises to do. Alright, any questions before I go? Water. What's your question on water, Linda? My advice is drink when you're thirsty. Always have a glass by your side. But the biggest indication of hydration is your wee, your urine. Okay, if it's dark and smelly, it means you need to drink more water. If it's quite clear or it's clear, you're hydrated. Okay, fruit and vegetables hydrate us too, so if you're eating a very nutritious diet, then you're getting water from your fruit and vegetables. Okay, so it's again listening to your body. I've always got a glass on the side, so I'll sip it as and when I need it, just have it on the side. But do not force water down you. We can overhydrate. I don't know if you've seen about people doing marathons that have died from overhydration. Right, it's probably it probably kills more people in the marathons than it does from underhydration. Okay, I'll come back to you, Lee. So it's again listening to your body, but the biggest indication is when you go to the toilet and what colour and if it smells. So if it's dark and smelly, drink more water. If it's clear, just carry on doing what you're doing. Does that answer your question? Honestly, Lee, I haven't used that salt lamp for a while. I forgot it was there. But yeah, it's meant to, the reason I got the salt lamp because I've suffered with sinuses in the past and it's meant to help with your sinuses. So that's the reason I've got it. But maybe it's because I'm living near the sea now, but the sinuses seem to be all good, so I've not used it as much. But because I used to live in a damp house, we used to have that on a lot, and I believe it did help. So it all depends on what you want the salt lamp for. But I'm not sure how it works in terms of electrolytes, whether you absorb it into your skin. For those that don't know what electrolytes are, so that's sodium, your salts, your magnesium, your potassium. Always best to get them in natural form. Glad that helped, Linda. Any quick tips for helping with DOMS? My shoulders are killing me after yesterday. You see, you were one of the ones that said it was an easy workout, were you, Katie? I think that was two other people. Oh, were you? Okay. It might have felt easy yesterday, but I realised that my biceps and triceps are still quite tight. So in terms of DOMS, if anybody doesn't know what DOMS is, that's delayed onset muscle soreness. Okay. The best way to deal with DOMS is to keep doing light exercise. Okay, I've found when I've ever had a day off, my muscles just get tight because I'm not doing anything. So just walking around, all right, go for a walk, you know, just nice light exercise, do some stretching. Hope that helped me. Message me and I'll talk to you about that. Doing nothing is probably the worst thing that you can do for DOMS. Okay, light exercise is the best thing you can do for DOMS. If they're really bad, you can get magnesium sprays. You can take magnesium. So that's just an electrolyte which helps relax the muscles. You can get the magnesium salts which you can put in the bath. Hot baths are good. Going between hot and cold is good. So if you had a hot bath and a cold shower, anything that gets the blood flowing to the muscles is good for sore muscles. Does that help? So yeah, if you've got some magnesium, try taking that when you go to bed, because it might help you sleep as well, because it's just a muscle relaxant. Hot baths, hot showers, they help. If you live near the sea, go and jump in. I found that was the best thing for my DOMs. Yeah, same here, Katie. I think they weren't lifting enough weight yesterday, those that said it was too easy. That's what I think. Yeah, I've found, so on the days off I've jumped in the sea because it's freezing, alright, and my muscles like, they don't hurt anymore, they just lose all feeling. And then a hot shower afterwards, so you've got that cold stimulation, you've got the hot stimulation. You know, it really helps with muscles, but just moving light exercise is great for just loosening the muscles and doing some light stretching. Does that help answer your question? But let me just tell you, doing nothing, alright, does not help with DOMs, because the muscles just go tight and seize up. Okay, so lying on the couch, even though you feel tired and you just want to do nothing, try and just move around as much as you can. Okay. Yeah, light exercise and a nice hot bath if you don't fancy jumping in the sea. Only if you live by the sea, do not drive to the sea. Okay, I'm lucky enough to have it on my doorstep. Okay, right, so I've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes. And because I've talked about food for nearly an hour, it has made me hungry. And those of my family that are watching me know that I love to eat regularly, because I'm just hungry all the time. Alright, that's because I'm exercising and I'm metabolism is going like that. Okay, so only eat when you are hungry. Remember, listen to your body in terms of food, in terms of exercise. Okay, I hope that has helped everybody. Alright, it's been really nice talking to you, because I love talking about nutrition. Okay, and my other half is like, stop talking about nutrition. But it's nice to talk to people who want to listen. Okay? And about exercise. I like to talk about exercise too. It's all about balance. Alright, if anybody wants, I know I've talked about this book a lot, if you're interested in this book, just drop me a message and I'll tell you about it if you're interested, because it's just a good little guide on nutrition, exercise, mental health. It's got a goal setting in. Just a good little guide that's pretty much downloaded from my brain and been put together that'll help people from a one-to-one basis to group sessions. Alright, so if you're interested, just drop me a message. Okay, you can message the page or me personally, that's fine. Okay, but it's been lovely talking to all of you and I've enjoyed answering your questions. I hope it was helpful. Okay, so thank you for engaging with me. It's been a pleasure. Alright, so before I go, don't forget, midday tomorrow, we are back outside in the garden and we are doing a partner workout. But bring your family or bring your fine self, because it's adapted for individuals too. Okay, so enjoy your rest day, having a rest day. Go and have a good nutritious lunch. Alright, and until then, stay at home, stay healthy, keep safe. Bye for now.